I wondered where Joe Avati went, and lo and behold, here he is. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
7 years ago you were here.
7 years ago, yes.
My God, how time flies.
Yes, it does, it does, it does.
So you got a big tour. You're on a tour right now. You're going to be playing Centrepoint Theatre November 15th.
That's right.
Part of your Back to Basics tour, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
You've been all over the world. You've been gone so long,
Yeah,
I was worried about you.
I've been doing a lot of shows in Australia. I'm a food scientist by profession, so I actually I was hosting a food show over there as well called Food Investigators, which was.
What were you investigating?
Well, it was like breaking the myths of food and what people don't know about food.
What's the biggest myth about food then?
Well, I mean, like something like, for example, like breakfast cereal. A lot of people understand that there's a lot of sugar in breakfast cereal, but a lot of people have no idea how much salt there is in breakfast cereal as well. And there's a lot of salt as well.
Is that what a food scientist does?
Yeah, that's right. We investigate those kind of things. But
boy, that must be hilarious.
No, yeah, that's why I stayed in it. That's right. Yeah,
it's funny stuff.
Yeah. So
what's the biggest, most popular breakfast cereal in Australia?
That'd be cornflakes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kellogg's corn.
Kellogg's cornflakes, exactly right. Yeah.
Son of a gun.
Yeah, but we don't have Cheerios.
You don't?
No, we don't have Cheerios down there.
None of the flavors?
None.
I mean, there was original. Now there's about 15 different.
Yeah, well, no,
Cheerios.
we had no Cheerios.
So when you come like abroad, do you have Cheerios?
No.
No, because you know what's in them.
That's right.
Listen, how's your mom doing? She's you're not married yet.
No.
And you're an Italian.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
No, but it still means I'm living at home.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing,
Did you grow up in Australia?
I grew up in Australia. Yeah.
You were telling me there's about 1,000 Italians in Australia.
No, a million.
A million
Italians in Australia, which makes sense because the British in the late 1800s sent over all their prisoners.
That's right. It was a penal colony.
Right.
Yeah.
So somebody had to build the prisons.
True enough, eh?
And that was us.
Is it tough being an Italian in Australia?
Not really. What's interesting is that wherever you go around the world, wherever there's the children of Italian immigrants, we're all the same. And it's almost like we were given a manual when we left Italy and said, when you get to the country where you're going, you've got to concrete the backyard, you've got to put plastic on the furniture, and you've got to have two kitchens, one that you spend $40,000 on and never use, and the one you eat in the basement.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. We're the same, it's interesting.
So when you go to different cities, do you look for Little Italy?
Yeah,
we have one here.
Yes, I know. Preston Street.
Yes, you're on it.
I've been in.
Are you going to go over there?
I am. I'm going over there to the bakery a little bit later.
Are you?
Yeah. Joe Calabro's bakery.
Yes.
Apparently it's the
Joe's
best one.
a buddy of mine.
All right.
You're going to love it over there.
I know Joe well. So.
Yeah. He's got a good thing going on.
Yeah, he's got some.
Patisserie Gelateria.
Yeah.
Italiano.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So do you still speak Italian?
Yes, yeah.
Your family does at home?
Yeah, absolutely. My grandparents have been in Australia for about 39 years, and they still don't speak English.
Really?
At all.
Straight up Italian?
Yep, straight up Italian.
But that's the way it is, right?
Yeah,
for a lot of Italian people.
I actually grew up speaking Italian before I spoke English until I went to school. So, and like myself, there's a lot of people who did that, So it's a very interesting mix.
You part of your comedy act is you like to talk about Italians.
Yeah.
What else do you like to talk about?
Well, things evolve because a lot of people ask me, is it the same? Because a lot of comedians come back and do the same shtick all the time. And
just years later.
But I do talk about being Italian, but there's different variations. I mean, like 5 years ago, my grandfather wouldn't have had a cell phone. Now he's got one. And if you've seen an Italian grandfather with a cell phone, firstly they never use it. When they do, they're always complaining. We bought him one. I don't know whose idea this was. We bought him a brand new cell phone, the one with the camera on it.
Yeah.
Right. He rings me up. He goes, I don't know how this thing will work. Help me out here. I have a look. The phone didn't break down. He used up the entire memory and it's seized up. And you're probably thinking, like I was, what is an 87-year-old grandfather doing using 8 gigabytes of memory? He had 347 photos of his ear. And there's just one way how things have evolved.
Yeah. Joe Avati is on his Back to Basics tour. It stops here at Centrepoint Theatre on November 15th. Oh, look, the Italian Jerry Seinfeld, it says. Imagine.
Yeah,
Listen,
I don't think they call him the New York Joe Avati.
no,
though.
probably not.
No.
No. Listen, thanks for coming by to see us.
Thank you for
I'll
having
see
me.
you in November, eh?
Cheers.
November
Thank you.
15th. And he's in Montreal for about 8 or 9 dates after that. It's fantastic.